So there's the line over there on the left, and we're going to the way that it's located in New York City before 1927. It's on those railroad cars there to the left, and that is the large railroad peninsula there. There was lines of traffic along the railroad cars for these barges, and they're going back and forth across the river like crazy. Railroad New York. This is the number one port in the world, New York City, and 30% all the way up to Troy, New York. This is so 308 miles. This trifecta. That's Hudson River, the Native American call it mine. Who's expecting? And he's telling you just down to more Manhattan because the buildings were insulated with asbestos. 3,000 more people have died after 9/11 than died on 9/11. 2,754 died on 9/11. 3,000 up to today died as a result of exposure to asbestos. Most people don't know that. We went this financial district after 9/11 so that we can continue treatment. And so it's a stunning element. These buildings has Goldman Sachs there on the corner with a Goldman line, and then all the other buildings. And lower Manhattan, every single building was empty, every square inch had to be cleaned with a cheap tip. Yeah, that's the sound there. As we come down to the Statue of Liberty, look over to the left, there's a round building with a American flag over the top of it there on the left. That is the Battery. That's what everything down here came from. The Battery, or Castle Clinton, was created as a defensive position to keep the British out after the Revolutionary War. There's another water to the left up on Governor's Island, which we're going to come right by in a little bit. Boy, I love the air today. This is so dramatic. This haze in the air from the humidity or from the evaporation of the water. Look to the right. This is really Alrighty, hey, there's the Staten Island Ferry on the left. That's iconic, isn't it? Staten Island Ferry. That's free, by the way. All you need to do is jump on the boat. It's free to take right step on. Alright, so on the right is Governor's Island, and those things over there are a glamping ground. So if you want to go glamorously camping, that is a glamping ground there. And Governor's Island is where Henry Hudson first touched this area when he got here in 1609, headed up the Hudson River, believed everything he saw from the Dutch.
Live, ladies and gents, I'm on the Circle Line right now, so take care of this exclusive view. You heard? And my apologies, what happened was that my cell phone died, ladies and gents. My apologies, enjoy this view.
This is another wonderful shot for you. Get your cameras out, face up to the left, the whole panel, and you'll see the Stuxnet neighborhood in Manhattan. There's the Woolworth building with the gold, or with the green top on it. The green top Woolworth building, first building to be lit with electricity. The municipal building with the gold statue on top, Civic Cane. What you want to do is try and get a picture through the arches up here. And the whole South Street Seaport area. You're going to see the One World Trade Center tower come into view. And here is your shot right here. First suspension bridge in the world.
It's unbelievable how all these vehicles be going over these bridges.
Powered ferry boat.
It's crazy.
And that's a Brooklyn Bridge. Right there. Really nice. People are very really enjoying this day. I'll tell you what, it's perfect weather outside. Everybody's smiling.
Exclusive, ladies and gents.
James Carousel right there hit by a multi-industrial.
That is exclusive view.
On the left is actually Chinatown on the other side of the building, but that is the New York City Housing Authority federally funded housing for low-income people. We have 500,000 units like those over there in 5 boroughs. You can see people park refer to them as the projects. This is the Manhattan Bridge. If you look behind you, folks, check out
It
no. Up next, Columbia Presbyterian.
Hey, man, we're having some technical difficulties, you know?
We have one doctor.
My apologies.
There are more doctors per capita here in New York City than anywhere in the world. This is where you want to grow old. This is where I'm very happy to have a doctor in every part of my body. I'm very excited.
You know,
I couldn't do forever.
you know who came there? Bill Clinton came there. Kobe Bryant.
For that hospital for special surgery, if you're people aware of have to be taking 300 million a year, this is where you go with special surgery right up here on the left. Now, I had a friend get a hip replaced there. He said, it was like being in the hotel.
I think he exaggerated now.
Beautiful people working with you, the nurses and doctors. He said they must have all gone to a screening to make sure they were all good. Just like you guys have. And on the right, I used to live in the power plant on the other side of it. That's Ravenswood. 30% of all electricity in New York City is produced on the other side of, well, what I used to live right here. And it was really fun because I used to watch the tide change here. So every 6 hours, you know, we're the East River now, but the East River water would meet the Harlem River water in front of you. Right here, you can see, look how tumultuous the water is right here. See it turning? This is what that is. And coming up at Hellgate, you'll see the water coming in from Long Island Sound up ahead on your right as well. So we're going to get to Hellgate, and anybody from Australia here is going to recognize the Sydney Harbor Bridge is just right up here, and Oakmar Onboard designed the two bridges we see up on the right. We designed the George Washington Bridge we saw we were coming out. Oakmar Onboard designed the Verrazano Bridge, 2 other bridges here in New York, and the Golden Gate Bridge. Oakmar Onboard with a bridge building pool.
He must be doing this
Just
for
like
years.
you've
The
got
guy
Michael,
knows stuff.
who also designed Statue of the Sky. Yeah, here's the Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center. So look at these hospitals. There's another set of hospitals on the other side. We're going to see. People like this building here. Architects like this building because of these beautiful arches.
You call it muscle.
And this is still in operation, this power plant here. But it's, you can see the building is just great. And then there are the coal conveyors, which are now not used on the left. And the gas, it's now gas operated as we come into the upper east side proper. And on the right, Roosevelt, we're going to come out into Hellgate in just a minute.
That'll be fun.
not even gonna do some night work. I'm gonna miss it. I'm just doing it yet. That way they give us the clean. Because usually with music you can be doing YouTube without music. But you're gonna have copyright. No, you cannot. But I'm just saying that's what I'm gonna do. Oh, look there! Wow, that's scrap metal.
This is the Goldwater Hospital on the right. There were 7 hospitals here on Roosevelt Island. It was basically a quarantine island. It started out as a rock quarry at Blackwell's Island. He sold all the rocks and then he planted potatoes. He sold all the potatoes and then sold the island back to the city of New York. There was a smart businessman for you. This is Goldwater Hospital. I believe it is a terminally ill hospital. I shouldn't quote me on that, but there was one here at one time, but it's not named after Barry Goldwater. That's the Goldwater Hospital. I believe it's a military hospital. Alrighty, now here on the left, everybody, this is Carl Schurz Park. This is the Upper West. These are basically, rent-controlled apartments for the most part. But look at the left, everybody, there is where Eric Adams lives. You know who Eric Adams is? Mayor of New York City. That yellow house right up here. You can barely see it through the trees. There it is. That's Gracie Mansion. And this was given to the city by, or turned over to the city by Mayor Fiorello LaGuardia in 1936. It was also a farmhouse. It was built in 1799. This was the oldest houses in New York, but there's one mayor that would not live there, and you can guess who it was. Maybe not. Mayor Bloomberg would deign to live in Central Park. And there around the corner to the left, everybody, is the sanitation dump, and that is where I think it ought to be, right around the corner from the mayor's house. On the left, this is Hell Gate, and you can see, look at this water coming in from the Harlem River here. This is not from a boat. I don't see a boat out here. No, look at this. This is the water. This is the way it looks when it comes from the Harlem River. The Harlem River is up here on the left. Look at this, is very interesting. This is just, they swim around this once a year. There's the swim right here. I just swam around it a month ago. I think it's 5 hours and some minutes. So that's really something. And I don't know if you guys watched Seinfeld, but there was a very funny Seinfeld episode where Kramer swims. I have to laugh at Michael, what is his name? And then look over here on the right. These are those bridges I was talking about. There's the Sydney Harbor Bridge, ma'am, right there. This is the bridge that they copied to build the Sydney Harbor Arch Bridge. This is the Hell Gate Railroad Bridge and the RFK Bridge, which we always knew as the Triborough Bridge. That's Rikers Island up there, miles to the right. And then here are the cormorants. Look at those blackbirds. There's some cormorants. Are really interesting birds. I think Daffy Duck was actually a cormorant. But this is a bird sanctuary, everybody. And the birds live there for absolutely nothing. It's true. 100 islands in New York City. New York City proper, 100 islands. This is all carved out.
Hold on, 1 second.
received 16,000 years ago. It's 2 miles thick on top of this part of the world and receded 16,000 years ago, leaving behind New York Harbor, the East River here, the Hudson River, all the way up to Albany. And all of these amazing islands were coming in under the 103rd Street Harlem Lift Bridge from 1951.
Yeah, that's Roosevelt Island right there.
How'd you like you swimming in this? It's cleaner than it's been in 100 years. But it is treacherous. You don't want to swim in this unless you know what you're doing. Unless you have boats alongside of you, escorting you, and unless you know which way the tide is going, so you can swim with the current.
Could you imagine how much
The
stuff they
Harlem,
have?
everybody, the Harlem River. This is loads of them on your right.
Yeah, that's Roosevelt Island right there. Yeah, right there. That's Roosevelt Island.
I don't know if anybody saw The Wiz. Did you guys see The Wiz? This is a movie with Michael Jackson and Diana Ross in it several years ago. But this is the bridge that they danced across in the movie The Wiz, take off on Wizard of Oz. It's a true story that the people on the Upper East Side were not happy when they rebuilt this bridge here in 1951. And I'll tell you what in a second, but first look at the horses off to the right, everybody. This is for the kids who are not verbal. And they bring them over here because the horses are also non-verbal. And they bring them here because this is a really amazing, magical place for kids who can't speak. You bring them with these horses, and it's just a calming, beautiful environment for them. And one of our guys has a child who is non-verbal, and I just think how beautiful of a thing that is to have that there for them. The reason the people on the Upper East Side were very unhappy when they rebuilt that bridge back there is because of this facility on the right. Now look at that. See if you can see what that is. I'll tell you in a second. Notice every single one of these rooms are empty. Go right through them. These are all empty buildings. This is the Manhattan Psychiatric Institute for the Criminally Insane. And people say, well, why is it empty? Where are all the people? And I say, well, come over to my house on 42nd and 8th. You'll see them. And then I stop myself and I say, well, the reason they're empty is because of the efficacy of the mental health world in America today. And it's a tribute to everybody's been touched by mental health. And it's a tribute to the people working that field. They have been able to get these people out of there and reincorporate them back into society. And there are always going to be a few fall between the cracks, as Karl Marx said, but it's a real testament to people to work back. So now they get into this next island here on the right. This is where Usain Bolt set the record for the 100-meter dash. What was it, 2002 or something like that? I've got it written down. Let me just tell you, Usain Bolt then went back the next year and set the record for the 100-meter dash again. Usain Bolt is still the fastest man on earth. He's 6, I didn't realize he was 6'6". Usain Bolt is a tall man, but he has set the record, and he just cannot be beat. It's the most amazing thing. But this is Carl Icahn Stadium. This is what Carl Icahn, the merger acquisition specialist, built for the kids to have someplace to go. And look how beautiful this is. Every single square inch of this is manicured, and I'm telling you, do not see a piece of paper, a gum wrapper, a cigarette butt anywhere around here. It's illegal to smoke in New York City parks anyway. There's a Randall's Island ferry boat stop right there. And we are coming under the entryway to the RFK Bridge. And here's where I like to tell people to visualize this with nothing. Now, the rich people used to love to live uptown because it was away from the harbor. And also the Native Americans. You could visualize them plying these waters in their canoes and the sloops of the colonialists working these waters, and none of the bridges, none of the buildings around, just the little houses and farms is all there was around here. So let's just picture that as we come into the entryway to the RFK Bridge. Coming in the Bronx, on the other side of this inlet here on the right.
No, it's not for me. You go right there. The place is right down there. Yeah, go down there. Yeah, you can do it. Get whatever you want. I'm good. Don't worry about that. Okay. Get whatever you want.
That was the Willis Avenue Bridge. Now, any bridge, this is, all the water in America is handled by the Army Corps of Engineers. Whether it's a stream in Wyoming in the top of the mountains, or whether it's a river here in New York City, the Harlem River happens to be, every bit of water is managed by the Army Corps of Engineers. And by the way, they're the same people that built the atom bomb.
I didn't even know that.
But the Army Corps of Engineers widened all of this water here so that, any ship can get through here that needs to. All of the bridges, for instance, the Willis Avenue Bridge is from 1895. So all of the bridges that we go under are going to be from around the turn of the century. And you notice how incredibly well maintained they are. This is the Bronx. Here on the right. Now, the Bronx, by the way, is mainland. This is terra firma over here. On the right, that is actually, the mainland and the Bronx. That's the only one of the 5 boroughs that is on the mainland. So anyway, it is considered to be probably one of the most desirable neighborhoods to live in anymore because it's, relatively low rent. Like this place just came through. This place was just built here on the right. And it's really nice, to see how much how this is being developed. A lot different than when Howard Cosell said the Bronx is burning, for example. 3rd Avenue Bridge. But notice how all these bridges can pivot so that they can be opened to allow for large ships to come through here. Who knows whether they're going to need to, but if they need to, they can. I'm not sure if they're manned at all times, but I know the number you can call, and they'll open that bridge for you. But this is all Army Corps of Engineers under the aegis of the Army Corps of Engineers. All this work being done. I'm not sure what the heck it is they're doing, but they are sure doing a lot of work around here. Bronx used to have 117 piano manufacturers. The Bronx Zoo is here. Bronx Botanical Gardens. It's really a place where people love to live and love to have been from and love to be from. Yankee Stadium's going to come up here in just a little bit, where your daughter graduated from, or where she was when they gave her the certificate.
Oh, so this one for the fifth grade, two bridges.
Yankees lost? Phillies won last night. So you guys are watching this. I'm from Wyoming. I'm watching the bull riding right now at Cheyenne Frontier Days.
So did the one
But by the
for
way, speaking of Cheyenne ball players, how about that Bridge of England? He didn't even go. They drafted him out of high school. This kid. So, again, all of the Americans on the left there, everybody needs our 100,000 units of these New York Housing Authority federally funded housing for low-income people in New York City. My favorite bridge is going to be coming up here, folks, and this is the Park Avenue Railroad Bridge. And this is from 1936. This goes directly to Grand Central Terminal. Now, you know, Grand Central is the largest train terminal in the world. To this day, it was built in 1913, and it's still the largest train terminal in the world. So this bridge carries the Metro North trains to Grand Central Terminal. Now, Park Avenue, obviously one of the, ritziest neighborhoods in New York City. People are complaining these locomotives, these clanking, steaming, pouring black smoke locomotives. This is terrible. So, Cornelius Vanderbilt buried the rails and electrified them, and this is what ended up being the Park Avenue Bridge. So we're going to see that here in just a minute. Harlem Hellcats would have been in that armory to the left, folks behind us. I got to talk about the railroad bridge, but and this wasn't there. But that is that would have been where they were stationed. You know, wouldn't let black people in back anyway. So these guys had to join the French force and fight for America. And that's exactly where they would have been stationed. At the armory there, the Harlem Hellfighters. If you hear that name, you'll know who they were and what they were fighting for.
yeah, 161st coming up. That's exterior place right there. Right there. Yep.
All right, so there's Yankee Stadium on the right, everybody, where the big baseball bat is.
Not the 155th bridge.
And if you take a picture of the stadium, you'll see that the bats are out. That means the Yankees are here playing. Now, that bat on the right is where the original Yankee Stadium was. That's where the house that Roosevelt was. It was 1923 on the 18th of April that they played the first game there at that stadium. And Babe Ruth had a home run. They won the game against the Baltimore Orioles, and they won the World Series that year. They've won 27 World Series since, the winningest baseball team, the winningest sports club in, I would say, at least in America, but possibly the world. But that is the that's the Yankees, New York Yankees stadium right over there on the right. Now, what is really amazing about this, and, by the way, there's a museum over there. A friend of mine is the curator of Brian Richards, curates the Yankees Museum, which is an incredible thing. What's amazing about this area is what's over here on the left. And those are the polo grounds. So the polo grounds, these are the polo ground houses right here on the left. And the polo grounds are where every New York city team would have played. The New York Metropolitans played there from 1880 to 1885. The New York Mets played there from 62 to 63. The New York Jets football team played at the Polo Ground, which was a huge stadium right over here to the left. And that stadium was eventually torn down in 1964, demolished in 1964. The New York Giants played there, the Yankees, of course. The reason the Yankees moved across the water over there was because they were playing in the same stadium as the New York Giants, and Babe Ruth was hitting more home runs than everybody in the entire American League combined. And so they were a little jealous and said, you guys go find your own stadium. They kicked him out of there, and they went over to across the river to Yankee Stadium. But the New York Giants and the New York Dodgers both moved to California in 1957. And by 1964, they had torn down this giant stadium over here on the left, the Polo Grounds. But if we could have seen up here on the left, everybody, there's a big white apartment house called on Coogan's Bluff. And that was a movie that Clint Eastwood made. I don't know if you can see it. I kind of missed it. Just behind us over there on that bridge. There it is right there. That's Coogan's Bluff, but that's also where the Rutgers basketball courts are. And the Rutgers basketball courts are where pickup basketball games with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Wilt the Stilt Chamberlain, Dr. J, Julius Erving, Earl Monroe, all these guys, these incredible 7-foot high basketball players, people who come from around the tri-state area to watch these guys play pickup basketball at that basketball court up there, city, basketball court. But it was also the area where Sugar Hill was, and that was where probably the Harlem Renaissance really got its start. And up there on that hill lived Duke Ellington, Cab Calloway, Billy Strayhorn, Cal Basie, and many others. And we think that may be where the idea of the Big Apple came from. So the Big Apple, sweetest fruit, Sugar Hill, time to get back to the Big Apple. We're just surmising that that's where the whole idea came from. But that's the problem. Up on that hill also is where the oldest house in New York is, and that's the Morris Jumel Mansion, where Aaron Burr lived with his wife, Mrs. Jumel, where Alexander Hamilton of George Washington, the place Cleveland II ever visited, besides the 9/11 memorial. And that is where Lin-Manuel Miranda sat and wrote Hamilton in the bedroom of Aaron Burr's. In Aaron Burr's bedroom up there at the Morris Jumel Mansion. And that, he was channeling Morris Jumel, he was channeling Aaron Burr's ghost in order to write that show. Pretty crazy. Now we're coming up to really the upper part of Manhattan. This would have been the most desirable place to live. And we just come under the oldest bridge. I'm going to have us stand up. We're outside on the stand up and turn around and look behind. This bridge is the oldest bridge in New York. This is from 1848. And this bridge here, and the next bridge, are three arch bridges where there's a boat used to go there in the Bronx, and you could walk across this bridge. Used to go on the boat. The Pin and the Pendulum, and the Raven, and Telltale Heart, and some of those other ones. But that is an aquifer. And so the reservoirs would have been all the way up in the Bronx there to the right, and that is where that water was run across there to that pump house there that you see on the left. Turn around, you guys, look at this. This is really something. Right, come out here, because this is such an amazing thing. And then here is the Alexander Bridge, right into the Great Washington Bridge on the other side of town. So this is Interstate 87. This will take you all the way to Florida. And then the next bridge here, this is the Washington Bridge, and this is from 1855. This is also a very old bridge. It's kind of defunct now, but still, when you look at these three bridges in a row behind you, it's a really cool photograph. Now, there are a few notable things up here. Like I said, this is where people would have wanted to live because it's away from the harbor and away from the inclement weather down there. Up on this hill to the left is where Henry Kissinger went to school. That's Warriors Band, Daddy Glover. That's George Washington High School there on that hill. Now, the flags are at half staff today. I don't know exactly why, but let me just tell you what this park is, folks. How many have heard of Roberto Clemente? Roberto Clemente State Park is right here on the right, everybody. And you have to turn around to see his statue, but he's tipping his hat to you, or to the people on the other side. There's Roberto Clemente on that balcony over there on the right. You see him? Roberto Clemente, probably one of the greatest baseball players who ever lived, and probably unsung baseball players who ever lived, had 3,000 total hits. All-Star 13th season, selected to 15 All-Star games, National League MVP 66, batting leader for 5 years, roll 61, 64, 65, 67. Roberto Clemente, they were going to make him change his name to Bob Clemente on the baseball cards. He never played for New York. He played 18 seasons for the Pittsburgh Pirates and was going down to Nicaragua in 1972 with a load of humanitarian goods down there. Was in a plane crash. They never found his body. But that's Roberto Clemente State Park. He never even played baseball in New York City, but that's how revered Roberto Clemente was. And that's where he is water right there. This is Billy Swinkler State Park there on the left. Number a lot of them on that one. Sherman Creek ran all the way down to the pool over there on the left. Billy Swinkler was a gardener, and they named the park after him. He just had a passion cleaning everything over here, making it beautiful. Look at the old infrastructure, all the elevators around here. Another guy who really made an impact around here was a guy who they ended up calling the Birdman of Brooklyn. And here ever since I started doing tours. Came in here with Mike. I think I explained up square feet of trash and everything. You've never seen, again, a single government entire area. Talking about it, but I want you to just look at that and see what you thought about this. The grid system is fine. We are now because that's what these gray things are there on the left, and that's where they protect against if there is another hurricane. Like I said, there were $10 million worth of damage done on hurricane. It's recently built here to protect the 600-volt tracks over on the other side of the electrified rails from getting, exposed someone. 207th Street Railroad Yard is 207th Street Rail subway stop there on the left. If you want to see a low bridge, you guys inside, come on out here and I'll show you. We're coming under the lowest bridge on the right here. Just actually still in Manhattan. The Corps engineers in 1890 took a trench across the tip of Manhattan to create this trail. And that's what we're coming through. You'll see marble on either side of the road coming.
Presbyterian Hospital right down here. I'm so happy I took this ride today. Over there, the river there.
So that's the Harlem line. That was the first railroad built in America, 1825. There's still on those tracks. And we're coming under the Broadway Bridge. It's the only bridge that has automobile and train traffic on it. So as we look above, and of course, it could still be raised to 127 feet, the same height as the Brooklyn Bridge.
It is low.
But all of this stuff on the right, everybody, is Manhattan. They've cut off the end of Manhattan here on the left.
Really low.
And the Bronx is on the other side of it. But they wanted to keep their Manhattan zip codes and area codes, so they let them. So when they vote for in a Manhattan voting district.
Over there, river
The
there.
guys were digging the trench.
Over there.
They said,
River
man,
there.
this rock is really soft. And they looked at it and they said, well, it's marble. This is all marble here. The whole rest of the island of Manhattan is schist, which is a 500 million year old rock, not that this isn't.
One of my nieces used to go to a school back there.
Our photographer is here. Please
I have
raise
to
your
pick her up
hand
every morning.
and get your pictures. She will pull your pictures out. And they are
Every evening.
unforgettable photos.
That's Riverdale right there.
Where's he going?
He used to go to a theater.
He must change from there. I never saw him do that before.
Central, that's the meeting. Wear glasses. Yeah, the sun messing up my eyes. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. It's gonna be unlisted. Got so much music in the video, so YouTube I strike my thing. But I just want my viewers to see the play, you know what I mean? Just want my viewers to see it. And then I'm gonna put it unlisted.
All right, so while we're sitting here, we do have a birthday. I'm sure there are many others, but we want to say happy birthday to Alexis Dubois. And she is downstairs, and so should we sing happy birthday to her or not?
Yes, sir.
All right. Happy birthday
To you,
happy birthday
to you.
happy birthday, dear Alexis.
Happy birthday to you.
No. Happy birthday, Alexis. You know, we always do this, and I'm sure that how many more birthdays are there?
Yes, sir.
All right, 16 years old. What's your name? Debbie, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday
To you.
happy birthday, dear Debbie.
Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday to you, and many more.
Yes, sir.
Now, sometimes when we start doing this, you know, you'll find people take people out here to go to do their birthday. So we'll have about 10 birthdays. So we're not going to do that anymore. We're just going to say happy birthday to everybody whose birthday it is. So here we are. This is Riverdale in the Bronx. This, the New York Times says, is the most desirable neighborhood. We're waiting for a bridge to open.
That's right, Riverdale.
So we'll be there in a second. If it's not too hot, sometimes the steel in the bridges, the rails will make it, will make the rail of the bridge unable to open. But just, I figure we're just waiting for it to open. We'll see. We'll get a report. In the Bronx, look at some of these apartments. If you're in a penthouse up there, you will be looking at the Battery, 13 miles away, all the way at the end of Manhattan.
And then from Portland.
Oh, no, I know why I'm saying short actions. And so it is really a nice area. Now, again, all of this was cut out by the Army Corps of Engineers in 1890 to allow big ships to go through, and they could. But in addition, this was actually the Spike Dibble. This is basically a creek. The Spike Dibble Creek, Spuytdibel, Spike Dibble, and that's a Dutch term in Old Dutch. Nobody really knows what it means, like spring devil or something like that. But this was a creek, so Manhattan really initially was a peninsula, not an island, until this ditch was dug right here. And so, and then on the left is Columbia University's base football field. Up there on the left. And I don't know if
that's still in the
up there. Losing his team in the Ivy League. Lost 44 games in a row in the 1980s. We don't hold them against them. I don't even know if they saw the program. It's Columbia University.
Yeah, right.
Their crew team is up here. And that's the crew, the rowing team.
Come on, man.
Down out here, we took down the boat. There was a guy with a little flower thing. With a lady with it, they was doing youth kids. He was writing Like I have really like most of the it's nice. I'm thinking about what it is.
Like this video, I'm just gonna do this for my, I said for my viewers, you know. I'm gonna put it unlisted because there's a lot of music and things. I cannot upload this because I'm gonna get like copyright strike, you know what I mean? Because that music is not my music, you know what I mean? I didn't make that music. So I can't just, you know, explain, you know, and people don't understand a lot of stuff. You get a copyright strike for that. Because that's what's called like it's called not intellectual it's called because whoever make the music, that's his art, whatever it is, you know. So you can just use some of the music and, you know what I mean, without the, you know, without your you know.
So once again, we're waiting for the railroad bridge to open up. It's a spin.
Are you gonna make a video with the man music playing, and you don't give him no royalties of his work?
So much, you know. That's why
you know that doesn't work that way.
The clicks seem louder in the winter. In the summertime, the rails are flooded.
Of his or her work.
The rails on this bridge up
you know,
ahead
to be
get so
specific,
tight,
you know what I
they
mean?
are unable to open the bridge. So I don't know what's going on. I'm waiting for us to see if we have to turn around and go all the
So
way
yes,
back. That would be an
let me show my viewers and subscribers Riverdale. That's Riverdale over there, ladies and
lost in the woods and keep looking backwards every now and then so that you know where you've come from, so that you can see where you're going to be going.
I got a lot of
see my father dirty.
that's Riverdale.
In the northern part of Canada, we could get up as far as you
And
want to.
Riverdale is a part of the Bronx.
whole time. I was scared, but he'd been looking back, so he knew where we were going. And I presume our captain knows where he's going if he hasn't gone back, but I'm sure he doesn't.
You know, a lot of people.
There's a nice little harbor waiting for the crew team from the rowing team. And then we're going to see Inwood Park, folks. This is the northernmost tip.
I just want to give my viewers like some exclusive, you know.
13 and a half miles, 21
But
kilometers
viewers don't
long.
get this exclusive, man. It's free. Well, I paid for it, but it's free. You
By
know
the
what I
way,
mean?
was owned by John D.
I paid to come on the boat, but it's free. You
John
know.
D. Rockefeller was
I
the
want them to
richest
get this
person in the world. He owned Standard Oil. And he was good friends with Henry Ford, who made all the cars.
My
So the
viewers
guy
and
who
subscribers
drove for all
been
the
good to
oils,
me.
The guy who made all the cars. Made
I
a
got
lot
to
of money.
reciprocate.
So you compare Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates and Elon Musk, and you put them all together, you end up with the fortune that John D. Rockefeller ended up
What
with.
this, ladies and
This
gents?
is all
What
in
this view
State
right there
Park
coming
here.
up?
All inlet state park here on the left. And this is where we were talking about that deal between the Dutch and the Native Americans were done. The Lenape people called this land Nanahata, means land of many hills.
Oh, they
And so
said
you can see the many hills here
they said it.
as we come by
I don't want to
this
say.
area, which is absolutely just gorgeous. I'm looking forward to the next view. As soon as we get this bridge open in front of us, and we're moving, so I presume we are, I want you to all look, as soon as we get through the railroad bridge to the right, you're going to see the fjords of, of the Hudson River all the way up to the right. Now look at this rock here on the right. You can see how the uplifts through the drilling and everything that was done to widen this. You can see the uplifts and everything. We have four kinds of rock in New York City.
The Hudson
The
River
schist, which is majority
separate
of Manhattan. We have
Manhattan
the
from
granite,
Jersey.
which is also the marble, and then the gneiss.
and Harlem. It's the East River.
Gneiss or gneiss, G-N-I-S-S.
You get
This
real
is
history
rock, so
classes
this is
right
what
there.
this is. The bridge here on the right.
You're not my viewers very man exclusive. You heard? I love my viewers and subscribers.
Coming in through the spike dival
That's why I'm giving them this. You heard?
and Inwood Park, which is like it would have been time immemorial, 15,000 years ago, is what it would have looked like. So 15,000 years ago. This is what we've seen
Check this
in
out.
New York City.
Check this out. Look
The
at this
bridge is
view.
open. We're heading through it. And
Look
as
at
we
this
told
view
you,
right
if
here.
you guys are inside, you want to get a great picture,
Look
come
at
on
this
out
view.
back
All right.
and check out the fjord of Hudson River. Just
Only
like-
my viewers and subscribers get this exclusive, man. Nobody get this shit like that. And that's how much I love my viewers and subscribers. I'm willing to jeopardize my channel. Yep. For them to get this view. But I'm willing to jeopardize my channel for them. Yes. Guys, I want them to get this exclusive. I'm from Night view, exclusive. Ladies and gents, you're getting the exclusive. You heard? Look at that. Look at that.
All right, everybody, check that out right there on the fjords of the Hudson River. This goes up 315 miles all the way up to the right.
That's so much I love my viewers and subscribers. Look at that. Get this
And also,
exclusive.
this is the New Jersey Palisades right here.
Yeah, that's where Ja Rule shoot everything.
So all of this land was owned by the This is the middle part on the left.
That's the Palisades.
Bridges, like I said, they're always better from the other side. Coming down the George Washington Bridge.
George Washington Bridge gonna be the Fort Washington Park. Sorry, brother. Yo, hit that like button, man. Hit the like button. It helps the algorithm. You know what I mean? This video gonna be unlisted, ladies and gentlemen. Don't worry about it. I'm just doing this for you guys to get this view and stuff. But I cannot upload this video because the music, you know, the copyright. You know what I mean? But I'm still gonna do it for you guys. You know what I mean? So just hit that like button. It helps the algorithm.
All right,
You know
now
what I
here I
mean?
want to show you something else. On the left, everybody, I told you John D. Rockefeller owned everything around here. Those you've heard of the cloisters. The cloisters are right up there on that hill to the left. And that was the art collector George Gray Barnard. And he was an art collector collecting 12th, 13th century Renaissance art. And so what George Gray Barnard mainly, he had a bunch of tapestries of unicorns from the 12th century. And a bunch of other
Glasses, I like it.
posters and so forth. He was a girl collecting George Gray Barnard.
You know, it's like the energy is positive, you know what I mean? I like to be in an environment like this. I think I could do this again tomorrow.
Amazing art collection up there. And you can get there. That's why
I used to be in North Carolina. I used to live in Jacksonville. So you're familiar, in Jacksonville?
all the way up there.
No, that's where Camp Lejeune is at. Yeah, because after that, I was in the Marine Corps. Yes, so I used to be over there. I'm familiar with so you know Wilmington? Yeah, Wilmington, Greensboro, Fayetteville. Yeah.
And there's never anybody there.
Okay, all right, yeah. I like North Carolina because, you know, like, quiet, you know, I love, like, peace, you know what I mean? So what about North Carolina? Yeah. Okay, yeah, you've heard of Mayfield? Yeah, it's in North Carolina too. And then they have Winston. Yeah. Winston. And then you remember the rapper, as a matter of fact, guy Anthony Hamilton, he's from Charlotte. Yeah, he's from Charlotte. Very good artist. Yeah. And then the guy Peter Pan. Yeah. I like North Carolina. I would relocate to North Carolina. Yeah. It's very peaceful. But you know which area I like in North Carolina? I like
So all of this Palisades.
And then I used to go to the they got the waffle. They got noodles. Yeah. It's different. I used to go to the Waffle for my steak, you know what I mean? Yeah. So when I leave the club in the morning, I go straight to Waffle. Yes. Actually, I was living in the Bronx. So once I went to I had to relocate. You know, so I was in North Carolina for 6 years. I'm in Jacksonville. I know that's where Camp Lejeune. I was staying at Camp Lejeune. So once I completed my service, I relocated back to New York. But I like North Carolina. I could see the discipline in you to like, you know, yes. So what about your mom? Was in the service too? Oh. So do you ever live on any military base? You know they have Fair Point too, like in North Carolina. Yeah. know if you didn't do one of your father. That's very nice. Very nice. I can understand anything you say. I was sure they did. That's why I said, yeah. Yo, the only place you won't get it free is on this trailer. That's something about you. That's where Jaru is. That's right. That's what Kimberly doing is
And
that.
that's near the old, near the old post, right?
Right off my garden, you know?
Yeah, our house is right behind here.
Right, that's a big one. Wow. Wow. I wish I could go over there and plant a lot of stuff.
That's my farm. And that's my house. Behind that has a cupola on top. So, no wall. Yeah.
I like to live in an environment that way. I like trees.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you so very much for joining me today. Space Museum, which is up here. That
Going back.
And if you're military, discount there and see an SR-71 Blackbird.
I have some California, so
Submarine, which
I
is
got a
up
few
there.
hats on in there from California.
Submarine. The airplane. It's a wonderful museum, and of course. Used during World War II, used during the Vietnam War, it was used during the Cold War, the recovery of you see on the left by the Gemini Mercury space. It was also used during the War on Terror as the headquarters.
That was nice, though. It's worth it. It's worth it.
You should come out and do it. All the places good, but this here is better. It's better. I like it, the energy. I feel the energy around you. Feel that. I feel the energy. It's good. That's why. I feel that.
You got my phone, right?
Oh, no, your phone's on here. My hat blew up.
Yo, I'm order it right now. Yo, I'm active on my phone and I'm videoing right now. Look at that. Look at that.
This is a nice ride, man. See, you didn't get seasick. You thought you were going to get seasick. I thought I was going to get seasick, but this is worth it. I'm ready to come out here than the park. I'm ready to do this. I'm going to try out here on my camera.
But that was good, it's worth it.
This is worth it because you get to see different parts of Manhattan, Staten Island. Yeah, look, they're waving at it. They're waving. Hey, they're waving. That's nice. I like that. I like stuff like this.
Yes, I'm gonna get that another one.
Yeah. That was original.
No, that's the original Panama. That's the
That was very historic.
Right. You have to get one exactly like it.
Yes,
That's the original. It's all right. I have one at home anyway. I'm gonna make sure I leave. I should have left that one. I don't know. I think I have to left it. But somebody wanted the shark on whoever's got it. Wanted it. That's the original hat. Oh, let me put on.
We actually went around the entire island. But the young man was telling me that the water was kind of messed up, so they might not go all the way around. So we
Oh yeah,
actually
you
went
said that.
the entire year. We went the entire round.
But we still went around.
Yeah,
That was a nice. That's nice.
nice. I like it.
Now, this is a beautiful. I will come out here.
I'll do this again tomorrow. I like this. Yeah.
This could be our idea.
We're going to the Yankees game tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, they're playing tomorrow. What time?
1:30.
Okay.
Getting their butts beat by Philly yesterday and today.
Okay. They played yesterday. Oh,
Yeah. They lost.
oh they lost.
They
Oh,
played
wow.
today and probably lose again right
I
now.
didn't know they lost yesterday. Wow.
12-1.
Wow. Not good.
Gotta have that. Must have that.
Oh, this other one going out right now.
This one right here. This boat right here. That one.
No, this one going out. This one open. Oh, I think they're probably going out.
Not this one. The one in front. That one. You have to wait till this one, and then I want to pull out.
Yeah.
You understand now? This can't pull out unless this.
I know, yeah.
You have to go. They have to go. What boat is that? I never know what boat is that over here. That boat is all big, or something.
North Lancer, something like that.
Nice. She decided to turn around. You gotta turn around.
Folks, please stay off those stairs in the back, please. Thank you.
They
Have
have
a
the
seat.
stairs, guys. They don't listen.
No, because he's making a turn. That's
Yeah, and it's for safety reason.
I'm sitting there. I ain't trying to go flying over the
Seats
water.
there, hang on.
But you're gonna make a turn, and you don't want to go that. You want to fall in the water somewhere, so you got. So you got to turn all the way around.
The guy that does,
The
he's
one that was telling us
No,
to
he's
come
good.
upstairs, that's the one that's good.
no, I know, yeah, but he's good. Like the guy that,
He's
yeah,
a good what do you call it? Oh,
even the guy that actually put the boat.
Alrighty, everybody, let's make our ways forward. Hang on to the handrails on the stairs. Please go slowly and safely. And they will open the
Take
doors
care.
for us when we get down there.
Yes. Take care. Take care.
Watch your step.
Nice meeting you, sir.
Not quite there yet, but
Yes, sir.
they're coming.
put it back in the bag.
Hang on tight.
Take care.
They haven't opened the doors yet. Hang on to this
Bless up, big man.
stairway, stairs.
Celebration. Celebration. One more.
Other than the
It's time together.
Alrighty, everybody, watch your step. Hang on to the handrails here. Take your time.
That's real music right there.
I didn't see that step. Like they started slow.
Yes, sir. Thanks. Oh, I'm good. What? Get what? I don't get no drink. We're going home. What you want to drink? What? What you want to get?
We could get another drink if that's the little thing that they were drinking.
That don't have no liquor in it.
Oh no, forget it.
I don't drink.
I'm not drinking that. Cooling again.
What's your
Oh, that's the thing. Oh,
That was nice.
I want to get back and get that coat.
Good job. He might left that right there. Might throw it in the garbage. You gotta wait until you get on the train sequence that you might want to use the bathroom.
Next thing you know, the
Watch your step. Step right up.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
You're the best. You're the best. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thanks for coming.
Yes, sir. lady.
Yeah, of course. That makes sense.
Young lady.
Don't worry, Doc.
Young lady. One question. Young lady, one question. So how do I get a second picture?
Oh, take out your ticket for me, the red one.
Okay.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
Get a ticket. Where the ticket?
Oh, the ticket in the bag.
And we paid for 2 pictures. So I'll make sure she give me 2 of them pictures.
Oh, that is so cute.
Yeah.
No, the red ticket. And then you put it in back in there.
Yeah.
All right, come with me this way.
Sorry.
It's gonna pop up. So you can see we have a bunch of backgrounds. You can look through.
Oh, this one is nice. I like this. Yes.
You like this one?
Wow. Beautiful.
I think it's here. It's photo like this.
You got a skyline. Yeah. We're gonna take this one right here, Queen. But now, no.
You want one print? One or two?
So you already have the book, and now we're gonna.
One print 25, two print $30.
No, we already paid.
Yeah,
you
you're
already
gonna
paid?
get a second.
Oh, okay. You wanted this one, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right, you guys can come with me. Get started.
Thank you, sir.
Here you guys go.
Thanks.